Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. In the last video we have learned how we can create a register components. In this video we are going to learn how we can create our login component. So let's go to our resource folder, JS components, and inside our Auth folder I will create my new component with the name of login.vue. And as we did in the previous video, in this video also I am going to bring my Auth login from the template which I have downloaded inside my VS Code and copy everything inside this div with the ID of Auth. So I will copy everything from here, and in here first I will create a template and paste it here. Now same thing that we did in the previous video. In the form I don't need this action method, so I will delete, and I will type at submit dot prevent is equal to login. Now let's create modify our input. So instead of name we will create vmodel. V dash model is equal to password in here, and in the top v dash model is equal to, so we are not going to log in by username, we are going to log in by email. So I will type email and change this placeholder also to email. Now let's scroll down at the end. In here let's create our script. So I will type script, and to send and receive data from the server we need Axios, so I will import Axios. Also import Axios from Axios. Then I will type export default, and inside the export default first thing we need is to create our data. So I will type data return and our inputs, which are email and password. So let's copy them from here and paste them inside our data and give them an initial value of empty string. Now the next thing is to create our method. So I will type method, and inside the method I will create my login function which I created here. So let's copy this from here and paste it here. Now inside our login function I will type axios dot post and my URL. So right now I will just type URL, then I will change this. So then I have to send my data, so I will type comma and create an object, and I will send my email. Then I will give him the value of this dot email. So now this dot email is the value of this email that we will get from the input, and I also need to send the password. So I will type password this dot password. Now in here we have to check that if the request is success, then show us the response. So I will create an arrow function in here with the response as a parameter. Then inside this arrow function I will save the token which we will get from the server to local storage. So I will type local storage dot set item token response dot data dot token. Now we also need to create another thing to catch if we face any error. So I will type catch. Again I will create a arrow function with the error as a parameter, and in here I will say console dot log the error to see what error we got. And I forgot one more thing. After that taking the token, we have to redirect the user to our dashboard or our home page. So in here I will type location dot href is equal to this to redirect us to our home page. Okay, so our front is finished. Now let's go and create our login method inside our controller. Now let's go to our app and HTTP controllers, the auth controller that we created in the previous video. So in here, let's create a new method with the name of public function login, and in here also request $request. Inside this, I will create a variable with the name of user, and I will say user colon colon where email is equal to request email, and get the first one. Then in here I will type my condition, so I will type if not $user or not hash colon colon check and $request password with $user password, then return response as a JSON, and in here send a message wrong user name or password. So let's break the code. What I did in here, first thing I did is that I will get the user based on the email from the database. Then in here I check if this user is not found in here, if it was empty, or if it was found but the password that we get from the request, it does not match the password of this user. In this condition, then return this message that the username or password is wrong. Now in here I will also send 500 code. Now if the user is found and the password is correct, then else I will create a variable with the name of token, and I will say $user create token with the name of view as a plain text token, then return response as a JSON the token with 200 code, which is success. Now let's create an API for this. So I will go inside my routes folder API. After the register, I will type route post login, and inside the auth controller colon colon class login method. Now let's copy this login to our view. So in our view, in the state of URL, I will type API/login. Now let's go inside our app.js file, and in here let's register our login component. So I will type import login from components slash auth slash login dot view, and in here I will type app dot component login and my login component. And we also have to create a route for this. So in the routes.js I will do again import login from components or login, and in here let's create a path login and give him the component of login. Okay, now let's go to browser, and in the browser let's go to login. Okay, we are facing the same problem with the register. Let's go to our app inside our views, layouts, app.blade.php, and in here let's write one more condition, or same thing. Let's copy this, paste it here, and login. Save. Now let's go back to our browser. Now let's try to log in. I already have a username and password, so I will use that, and I will type my password in here. Now when I press the login button, it redirects me to home page. So this is the way that we create a login page in Laravel and Vue. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.